Hello there, everyone. Today I'm going to do a small caddis imitation, something like this. And this is a great fly that's again relatively easy, but really works well. I take some tying thread here, and we're not going to use a lot of materials. Foreign materials is used for this, and basically I just cover the hook here. This is a 206 BL from Chimco, and I like the BL part because it has no barb, and that really appeals to me. So also it has a really nice curve, this hook here, which is nice. So basically, this is going to have a bit of a point where an attractor point, you could almost say. And that's going to be a small bundle of orange dubbing or orange, whatever orange fiber you have laying around. It's nice if it's fluorescent. It's basically going to be a bit like the red tag, if you know that one, which is also a nice fly. So basically, this is just going to have a stimulating small orange tail. That's a bit too much, I think. Just going to cut off, taper it, so it's not as big and as dense. Like so. And that's something that I learned the other day from a very nice Englishman called Oliver, and he told me a lot about different types of flies and taught me some new tricks. And it's always nice to learn new tricks. So basically that's it. Then we're gonna use some olive fly rod. The exact color is not that important, so whatever you have laying around will suffice. I'm just gonna see what I have in here. There was the color I'm gonna use. This one. Let me see. I'm gonna use this one. This is a bit lighter than the original pattern, but you know that's gonna be okay. You could also just simply use CDC or something like that. This is fly ride, and fly ride is, in my opinion, the best, most versatile, and overall just a great dry fly product. So I'm just gonna have, as you can see, I have a very small amount here, and that's simply to cover the point where I tied on the orange butt here, the orange tail. Because you do not want to use too much materials on these dries, because well, basically that's one of the major mistakes people do is they tend to use too much materials on flies like these, and well, you don't need a lot of materials. I'm just gonna see if this looks better. That actually looks better without the light shining in my head. So great for that. Like so. Take a bit more dubbing. This is kind of like an easy, fast version of something like the Elcar caddis. It's kind of does the same, only it's a bit smaller. But there is a lot of small caddis out there. So definitely this is a nice little easy to do fly. Actually, this is a size 10, which is a bit bigger than I probably would do if it were for fishing. But this is for instructional purposes, so it's easier for you to see what I'm doing if I'm tying on a bit bigger hook than what I would normally do for this pattern. Like so. A bit more dubbing here. Make sure that the body kind of tapers so that it gets a bit thicker and thicker towards the eye here. Like that. Then I'm going to tie in a small bundle of CDC. CDC is not probably without a doubt. It is without a doubt the best floating material for dry flies. It originates, it's called Kuldekynat CDC. And it's why it floats so well is because it comes from that part of the duck where the duck has some kind of mucus, some kind of gland that produces a fatty liquid to not impregnate, but to use to make the feathers water resistant. And so it's actually feathers from the duck's, well, close to the duck's ass. Like so. Just gonna apply some pressure here, and this is gonna make the fly float a lot. Just gonna cut off this leftover stuff I don't need, like so. Yeah, I know, if you see here, you can probably see it, I'm missing the tip of my fairly expensive Chimco scissor. Just, you know, the 2 millimeters or so from having dropped it. That's freakingly annoying, but the scissor is just so great, and I'm still using it, even though it does not have that really tiny point in the end. And then for this fly, you need some deer hair, and there's a lot of different deer hairs out there. And what you want to go for is you want to go for something that's called bull elk, because bull elk is actually the best type of. It's a bit more stiff, and it really is a determining factor in making your especially your flies like this as good as possible. So now I see I've forgotten my hair stacker, so I'm just gonna trim this with my fingers to make these fairly even. You do not want a too large bundle of this, something like that. And then you take all of this and you make 2 loose turns, and you make sure everything is on top here, and then you clamp down, but not so hard that you actually cut the deer hair, like that. Now I'm going to fold everything back here. I'm going to make a turn towards the eye. Still making, as you can see, it's fairly stiff because it stands up. Then I'm going to make underneath all of this, without catching too many deer hairs. This would have been easier with my tool, but I'm just going to use my hands, like so. Then pull on that, cut off the thread, and now you simply cut off all of it. Make sure that everything, all these ends that do not have the tips, are pointing forward, and then you simply cut off those. Preferably in one go. I did not quite manage that in one go, but you know, it's okay. And there you have it. A small, fairly easy way of doing a caddis that will float like a cork, and will outfish most other patterns, like so. Thank you for watching. Easy peasy.